Right now, you're about to see the exact strategies behind our $1,000 a day digital dropshipping brand. It's one thing to be able to show sales, but it's a whole different story being able to show these type of profit margins on this type of ad spend return. And that's really why I love dropshipping digital products instead of physical ones. So as promised in my last video, I said that if it got 500 likes, then I would make a full video showing you how to actually market and sell digital products. And you guys absolutely crushed it, getting it close to 1,000 likes in under 1 week, which is amazing. So thank you for that. And now I'm gonna give you what you want. And before we get started, I wanted to let you know that I've been staying super active over in our private Discord for digital dropshipping mastery. And the only way for you to be able to join this free private community is by getting on the VIP list, which is in the top link of the description. So at the time that I'm making this video right now, we have a little less than 250 seats left. So I recommend if this is something you're interested in, you want to connect with me and ask questions, pause this video, click the top link in the description, and then reserve your seat, and then come back here to this video and absorb all the free value I'm about to share. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So right now what I'm going to do first is break down for you our entire marketing strategy that we use to take this digital dropshipping brand from scratch to over $500 in profit per day. Seriously. But before we dive deep into this strategy, I want you to first off know that this is not going to be something that just takes you 5 minutes to do. So if you're looking for some type of instant cheat code, this isn't for you. But instead, this is for the people who want to cut the learning curve to be able to copy what's already working for me for their own digital dropshipping business. So follow my lead, stay tuned, and let's go ahead and get started. So the first things that I want to cover is the 3 C's. So in order for you to successfully market your own profitable digital dropshipping business, you have to know about these 3 C's. So pay attention because these are super important to understand, kind of just as framework before we get into specifics of strategies and button pushing. So the first of the 3 C's is content. So social media must be your friend if you want to have a digital dropshipping business that thrives. And really any business nowadays, because the worst decision I see people in this space make is actually not posting on TikTok or Instagram Reels. And it's completely stupid to not do this because the organic growth that you can have right now for free is amazing. In fact, even just over the last 24 hours, I've been posting on my own TikTok account, personal account, and with the strategies I'm going to be sharing with you here shortly, I've already received over 50,000 views completely for free. And these are the exact same strategies that we use for our businesses. And really what this does that's super cool is it allows for us to test ad creatives for free. So instead of paying to test a bunch of different types of content, we can just post organically and see what sticks the most, as well as at the same time get organic traffic and build a community, which leads into the second of the 3 C's, which is community, because value builds trust. And when you have trust, it's going to be a lot easier to be able to grow your business and sell your products. So you need to be able to build a relationship with your audience if you want to sell massive quantities and really be able to sell multiple products to the same person and provide them value so that you're never fully reliant on paid traffic. I think that's the worst thing that I see many e-commerce businesses get stuck on is that they only rely on their Facebook ads or their TikTok ads. But if an ad account goes down or whatever happens, it stops performing, then they're making no money. So you want to be able to have multiple channels that you can kind of balance on and really continue to sell. And the great thing about digital products is that an organic audience is what's really going to hold you over and generate you the most profit over time. So the second piece of community that I just want to touch on is that you should always be selling a digital product that solves a problem, not a novelty item, because when you solve a problem, you're going to be able to attract people that relate with those certain pain points compared to a novelty item like this hat. If it had no use, if it was just a hat in a box, like it's going to be a lot tougher to sell compared to something that solves a specific problem. So when we're working on community, we're going to be leading with value and attracting people who like our message and relate to the pain points. And number 3, my favorite, consistency. Consistency wins in anything. And the number 1 reason why digital dropshippers fail is because they aren't consistent. So especially in the early stages of your business, you must be actively taking steps every single day. And that's through the content, research, and delivery, all the things we're about to go through here in this video right now. So now that you understand the 3 C's, if you need to go back, feel free to rewind it. But once you're ready, let's go ahead and move forward to the first step, which is organic campaign. So for digital dropshipping businesses, we always start with organic content. Now why? That is because it's the most cost-effective way for us to prove and test what type of content is going to stick. And when we're testing these different creatives on these platforms of TikTok, Instagram, Reels, this is going to allow us to also be able to use these creatives for ads as we move forward. So generally speaking, it's much simpler and profitable to begin marketing our business this way. And then what we're able to do is set up retargeting to recover the people that engage with our social medias and visit our website but don't actually buy. And that's done through retargeting ads, which I'm going to show you how to set up here in this video. So what you need to start doing as soon as possible after you've completed all the 6 steps from the previous video is start posting 2 times per day on both Instagram Reels and TikTok. And before you start posting, make sure that you have your Instagram and TikTok profile set up as business accounts. So that way, as you start posting, you can collect the data and certain metrics that are going to help us make decisions moving forward. Because data-backed decisions are the way that businesses can really scale and move forward as profitably as possible. So now I want to go through in depth the 3-step framework for you to create powerful and organic viral content that sells. So the first piece of the framework is the actual video elements. So each video that you're making, and I'm going to show you some examples here, should contain all 3 of these aspects in one way or the other. So social proof, relatability, and call to actions. A big mistake I see a lot of businesses that get onto TikTok start making is that they actually post content that's just strictly selling. It would be like showing this iPhone right here and just putting it in front of the camera and saying in the description, link in bio, buy it. That's boring. People on TikTok move quick, and you have to know how to catch their attention, which I'm going to show you here in a second. So simplicity is very important. And if you want to relate and convert more users from your social media, one thing you need to remember is that you should be writing, when you're adding any text or your descriptions, should be writing stuff that an elementary student could read and understand, because otherwise you're confusing and deterring. And especially in the world of social media, it's very fast-paced and quick. You don't want to have people confused, because if they don't already have some type of relationship with you, they're going to ignore it and move on to the next thing that catches their attention. It's strictly just a dopamine rush and addiction. So you being here right now and actually watching this long-form video and learning how to start a business and sell products online is extremely rare. So you should be proud of yourself. So now what I want to do is actually go through a couple examples I just found on TikTok super quick, because when you're making these videos on TikTok, before we get into the posting guidelines, is that you want to focus on creating an emotional spike, because what's normal and fits in is not going to stand out and get attention. What gets attention on TikTok and Instagram Reels is stuff that is out of pocket, to be simple. So let's go ahead just here with a couple examples of simple TikToks that you could replicate. So this is the first random TikTok that I found, and I liked it because it caused some controversy. It says, "It's 2022, can we just accept that girls wear makeup to the gym?" So that's a statement that's arguably a little bit controversial between, I guess, females, and it caused a spike of comments, which overall allowed for her to get quite significantly more engagement than she normally does. And she has an ebook, which in my opinion is a bad way of selling a digital product, just because ebook is a boring term, but still, for the matter of fact, she included it there as a call to action, and the social proof is really just, her and herself and her physique. Now, for you selling digital products and posting content, you don't need to actually post yourself if you don't want to. Instead, you can use a style of TikTok that I'm about to show you next, or you can actually find someone that you want to be kind of the mascot or the figure that makes the content for you. So this TikTok right here is an example of just an idea. It has potential. And I like these numbered style TikToks. It doesn't just have to be about books, but the reason being is because they are fast paced and have a lot of room for opportunity. And the reason I say that is because right here, he's showing the top 5 books. I'm not gonna play the sound just because copyright reasons, but if this was you, you could include, if you had a digital product that specifically offered benefits to either workouts or motivation, whatever that may be, then that could be included at the end of this video as a bonus or somewhere in the list. and it's almost like a shameless plug. Another one I found right here, this one's a little aggressive. All the examples I brought up were mostly just like fitness and health related, just based on the video I posted last week to stay on that topic. But this one got a lot of engagement and a lot of views. And she's really pushing hard here in this video to sell her product, but she's showing a demo of the point of it. So, the social proof is, her case study she's talking about losing the X weight. And the relatability is her just showing herself and actually doing it. And the call to action is, her actually saying to go and get the ebook. So again, the hard call to action is just like ebook. Ebook is a word that is just bland. And if you haven't watched the video from last week, you'll see how we kind of structure our names. So now the last TikTok I'm going to show you right now is just some food for thought. I mean, literally, and something that has a lot of opportunity that's not taken advantage of. So someone inside of our VIP Discord, which is completely for free, you can still see in the top link in the description if there's spots available, said, here's this chef TikToker who makes videos, and he could do very well if he incorporated some digital upsells for things like his recipes or cookbooks or a video course on how he cooks certain things. And it made a lot of sense. And there are multiple niches like this that you can sell in that are being completely underutilized. Sticking on the topic of our health side is this girl making a healthy dinner. So she's talking about a low calorie, low carb dinner, and she shows the macros of it here at the end, and over 132,000 likes. But at the end, she could have that, but also a simple call to action for you to go ahead and check out her own specific low carb healthy dinner recipes. And let's say that's an ebook, for example. And then after someone purchases that ebook, let's say it's $29, then they get hit with a post-purchase upsell for a video course. But we don't call it a video course, we call it a program that actually shows them how to cook these recipes and not just, the cookbook recipe PDF version. So there's a lot of potential with posting these types of TikToks, and the more you do it, the more comfortable you're gonna get. And if you have any questions about the type of content you're making, come ask me in the Discord, and I will give you my personal opinion and suggestions as to what I may want you to change. So next here is the posting guidelines. So the first 3 seconds of your video is the most important because this is the hook. People are scrolling so fast, you have to catch their attention or they're just gonna keep on scrolling. So a way we do this is by using text bubbles. So depending on what the video is about, I like to use little text bubbles that focus on the certain subjects of the video just to keep people attentive in one other way, because not everybody may be listening or paying attention, but it seems that captions and text bubbles are something that just kind of engage people a little bit more and keep them on the hook. So text bubbles are specific to a subject. So that would be like, okay, if I'm starting the section right now talking about posting guidelines, I could pop up a little text bubble that says posting guidelines. And that's going to do something a little different. But with TikToks and Reels, they're very quick paced, which is why it helps. So I always recommend starting out, keep your videos to 15 seconds or less, because you want to focus on watch time as much as possible right now, because that's what's going to allow for these platforms to push your content more. But as you build more of a community and a following, then it's going to be easier for you to start pushing out more longer form content that people can digest, and they already know who you are, so they're going to check it out. So in your descriptions when you're posting as well, use minimal hashtags. I recommend you use just 3 to 4 that generally relate to your customer demographic, and always try to use a description that builds off of the video and gets people to engage. So like one of the example TikToks I just showed you about the girl talking about wearing makeup in the gym, like let's normalize that. That's something that's for some reason controversial. So that's going to cause people to engage. She could have put in the description, let me know what you think, or do you wear makeup in the gym? Something like that. It gets people to engage. And again, in the beginning stages of posting, it's just another thing that you can do to increase the likelihood of your videos going viral organically. And thumbnails here on the list are important, but I don't completely stress over them. But what I try to do just every time I'm posting is choose a thumbnail on the TikToks or Reels that's a specific moment of the video that I think is going to interest people enough to click it if they're viewing my profile. And the last 2 things here on the posting guidelines are very important, and I see a lot of businesses make the mistake of, is they're using a lot of default sounds and music on their videos, and things that don't sound good and are quite frankly can be annoying. So you should always be using trending sounds. So I don't know, maybe you watch TikToks, maybe you don't, but it's not too difficult to just scroll through the For You page a little bit and see what's popular and then save those sounds so that you can start using them in your videos. And it just kind of adds another layer of relatability so that people watching your videos feel more comfortable compared to a completely different soundtrack that they've never even heard of. And the last thing here on the list is don't use TikTok's transition effects. They suck, okay? But the green screen effect is pretty cool. I've been using it on my personal TikTok and I find it pretty fun on there, as well as for the business pages. We like to use it for reviews. So someone can do the green screen effect with our product as an image or a video behind it, and it's like, oh my gosh, I got this from here. I love it because of this. And that's just an idea. So number 3 on this framework here, the last piece, is research. So your objective should not just be to post a video of your product and make sales, because if that's your objective, people who are seeing the video are instantly going to recognize that and not buy it from you. Your objective should be to build a community of people who have similar interests as to the type of people who are going to buy your products, because even if they don't buy right now, over time, as they start to warm up to your content, then they will most likely end up purchasing from you unless you have a really bad product. And the second point here is to actually take time to research. There's a quote that says something along the lines of, the death of growth is comparison, or something like that. So I don't want you to go look up different brands and just kind of get stuck in the mindset of, oh, they're doing so well, like I don't know if I could do that, or you want to copy them exactly. But instead, it can be a healthy relationship for you to take inspiration and get creativity for your own ideas starting out by researching on TikTok and Instagram, brands and products and influencers that are in the niche similar to what you're selling in. So that way you can get ideas, keep the creativity flowing, and keep making progress. So step 2 here of our marketing strategy is low budget cold ads. So we have organic content down. If you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments or in our Discord, hit me up. But the first ad platform here we're gonna focus on right now is Meta. So that's Facebook and Instagram. And the reason we're starting with this is because it has a low barrier to entry. Compared to TikTok, they do actually have $20 a day minimum ad group spend. So maybe you're a beginner and you're just starting out here with your own digital dropshipping brand and you want to bootstrap a little bit and just kind of use money more effectively and efficiently, then that's exactly what I'm going to show you right now. And if you want to ball out, you still should do this too, because this is a very important piece of the business and it being successful. So if you don't have a Facebook ad account or business manager already, you can go to this link right here, business.facebook.com, and go ahead and get yourself signed up. And just a side note here, before you start posting your organic content, I recommend you go ahead and install your Pixel and install it onto your store. The Pixel is by Facebook, and other advertising platforms have them, where it's a piece of code that goes onto your website and tracks the events that people take, whether that's adding to cart, purchasing, or just viewing, all different types. So the reason why we do this before you start posting organic content is that so whenever you do start posting and getting attention and link clicks and stuff, that's data that we're going to be able to use for these strategies moving forward. So for Meta, it's pretty simple. If you're using Shopify, then you can just go ahead and to your left side on your store when you're logged in, there's going to be sales channels, and you can add in Facebook, and it's going to have you connect everything that you need to be able to start running ads. So after the Pixel's installed, go ahead, start posting at least 2 times per day organic content across Instagram Reels and on TikTok. And after you've been posting for at least 2 times a day for over 7 days, then you should now have some pieces of content that have performed better than others. Now, the numbers might not always be extreme, but a few thousand views on a couple of those videos by that point should be absolutely realistic, as long as you're progressing with your content and not just posting the same type of content over and over. Because Albert Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So if something's not working, then try something else. And that's exactly why the organic side is great, because it allows for us to test creatively for free and tells us what works and what doesn't. So you're going to be able to tell which creatives are performing the best just purely through views, engagement, and shares overall. So at this point, ideally after a week of posting 2 times a day, you should have received over 500 store visitors and made at least 1 sale. And if you haven't, then there's some type of problem, and that could range all the way from your content, call to actions, to your offer and the price itself. Now, once you go ahead and take note of your best performing piece of content, what we're gonna start launching off is just a $500 per day in ad spend. And this is gonna be allocated towards new eyes. So this is cold traffic. So we have some proof of concept, maybe we've made a sale or two, we have some piece of content that have some views, but now we just need to reach more people and prove this concept even further. So the strategies are fairly simple, and I'm gonna show you right now inside of a Meta ad account how to do this yourself. So right here is an empty ad account, and what you're gonna do is actually click here for create a campaign. And when you choose the objective, you're going to choose conversions. And I always choose conversions as my first objective when running ads on Facebook, because the other ones just tend to not bring me the type of quality traffic that I'm looking for. So over the past 5 years of running Facebook ads, I still to this day optimize for conversions, and then in the ad set level itself, optimizing for purchases. So once you go ahead and create your campaign, optimize for conversions, in the ad set level, the strategy is super simple, by the way, and very effective. Is you're gonna go here to a website and you're gonna have your pixel already here. This is an example ad account, so I don't have a pixel installed, but here you're gonna be able to choose the conversion event you want. So even if you haven't made any sales yet, go ahead and choose purchases, because Facebook is gonna work hard to be able to find the type of people that are most likely going to buy compared to optimizing for another event, like let's say add to cart. It's just not gonna be as quality and you're gonna burn through money quick. But this strategy is all about efficiency and staying profitable. So once we scroll down here through the ad set, like I said, we're gonna keep this at $5 a day, and you can go ahead and just schedule it for midnight. And the reason I do that is just because, let's say I'm launching this ad set and it's 7 p.m. If it gets approved and starts spending in the next hour, then it's gonna go ahead and spend my entire daily budget within those last few hours of the day. Compared to setting the schedule, it's gonna be able to spend that daily budget throughout an entire day and really just be fully effective. So here in the custom audiences, we'll leave that blank. The locations, for this example, I just put the top 5 countries. The good thing about digital products is that we can deliver to anybody in the world. So, historically and based on data, these top 5 countries, you're gonna be able to sell a lot more to than many others, but there are definitely other countries that you can scale inside of. But keeping it simple, I recommend you either stick with United States or these top 5. And here we're not gonna do any breakdowns, even if we're selling digital products that we know are for women 45 and up. We're not gonna edit anything in here, including the detailed targeting expansion. So I'm naming this ad set No Interest. And the reason I do this is because over the past 6 months, Facebook has much more preferred this open type of broad targeting, and I've had much more success with that for every type of product I'm selling right now, for clients, myself, etc., compared to getting specific in here and saying fitness, weight loss, whatever that may be. So no interest, automatic placements. And now down here in the actual ad creative side itself is where we're gonna have some fun. So what we're doing is actually choosing an existing post to run as an ad. So I'm using my personal Instagram as an example here. And what we're doing here is clicking use existing post instead of create ad. And then we're gonna go here to my Instagram and we're gonna go through here and we could just pick out any of the reels. Because now what we can do is we can take these existing videos that already have engagement, that we have some proof of concept, we've seen some traction with, and now we can actually run those as an ad and reach new people, and it's gonna be very, very native. A majority of your spend is likely gonna go towards stories and reels just because of the dimensions of the content. We can see right here, Instagram Reels, it looks super clean. We already know that it works on Reels, so all we're doing now is just putting it in front of more people with the strategy we already know works. And here's where you would put your URL and your call to action, which is likely going to be shop now. So now that you have that first reel in there, let's say you have 3 more pieces of content on your reels you've been posting that have gotten some engagement you want to test. Then what you can do is just duplicate this, let's say 3 more times, so we'll have a total of 4, and we can go ahead and just select our different ones. So we'll title them as we wish. And I always recommend when you're doing this type of cold targeting on Facebook to have multiple ad creatives under one ad set, because we're giving Facebook options, which again, the AI system is loving right now and totally eating up. So inside of here, you're just gonna go ahead and choose a different reel for each creative, and then you publish it. So the objective of this cold campaign structure is ultimately just to bring in more eyes to our brand and make profitable sales. And the more data we start to collect, the pixel will begin to learn more and we can continue to make progress. So Never forget and always stay consistent. Remember the 3 C's. Keep posting organically 2 times a day. It sounds simple when I'm saying it right now, but you wouldn't believe me how difficult it is for some people to stay consistent with something so simple like that. And realistically, most people just aren't willing to make the sacrifice to take some time out of their day to work on something that might not be making them lots of money right now, but could in the future. So if you're serious about this and building your own digital dropshipping brand, you have to be consistent. So now the third piece of our marketing strategy here, just kind of piecing everything together with a full circle, is dollar per day retargeting. So retargeting is simply an opportunity for you to earn back the trust from abandoned customers. So there's 3 stages of audiences in marketing. Cold, like we just talked about, are people who have never seen or heard of your brand. Warm audience is going to be people who have engaged with you. So let's say they've liked your TikToks and Instagrams, but they've never been to your website. And then your hot audience is going to be people that have been to your website and maybe added to cart or initiated checkout, but never bought anything. So as you're getting into the marketing and beginning stages with your brand, you're really going to want to focus on just broad retargeting and using custom ad creatives with incentives, aka discounts. Because if you offer discounts just right off the bat to people who have never seen or heard of you, you're devaluing your brand and your offer, and you might make a few quick sales, but overall, for long-term and building a brand, it's not what you want to do. But discounts are definitely okay to offer to people who have added to cart but ended up not buying, just because we're recovering that lost customer. So being multi-channel as well as we move through with this is going to help you tons. So that's, running across different platforms, kind of like what we talked about earlier in this video. Relying on one paid traffic source is the quickest way to get in a bad situation as an e-commerce business owner. So for your dollar per day retargeting, what I want you to do is, I'm going to show you here on Meta, is first create your audiences. So all you do is go right here to your audiences and you'd click create a custom audience. Now, again, this is an example one, so I don't have a pixel set up, but you're going to click website and then next, and then it's going to give you some options. And what you're going to do is click the option for all website visitors and then change the time frame to 180 days, because that's the max amount of time frames that your pixel will collect and store up at one time. So even if you haven't been doing this for 180 days, the pixel will automatically update this audience, so you just want to put it as the longest one there. And then you're going to go back and do the same thing for create a custom audience website, and then choose purchase at the event and make the time frame 30 days. And then create the audience. So then you're going to be able to set up your ad set and go here to custom audiences, and you're going to be able to include the all website visitors 180 days. So that'll be under custom audiences. And then once that's included, you can actually click the exclude button and exclude the purchaser. So we're targeting these ads specifically with only people who have visited the website but not bought from us in the last 30 days. And when it comes down to locations, remove all the location targeting, because the custom audience, we're going to target everybody inside of that custom audience. And make sure to set your budget only to $1 per day right now, just because we're going to test out how this is going to perform. And very, very often, retargeting should always be your most profitable advertising campaign, because these are people who already know who you are, have taken an action, but just haven't bought yet. So our objective is to recover these people. So an important piece to tying up this campaign structure for the retargeting is creating ad creatives that have a specific incentive. So these are not the types of content that you're posting directly on your TikTok and Instagram. We're not choosing an existing post, but instead we're creating a new post that includes in the description and maybe in the video a certain discount or incentive that you can offer. Maybe it's a freebie with digital products, as we like to do, and that's going to allow for you to then launch the campaign and start retargeting the people that aren't buying but are showing significant interest. And this budget can be scaled. $1 a day is very low, but remember, you can only spend a retargeting budget relative to the amount of traffic you're bringing in, which is why we launched the cold campaigns and start organic first, because if you have too high of a budget, your frequency is going to be really high and you're going to be burning money if it even spends it. So the best way for you to keep an eye on this is to go to your ads manager and then go here to columns and then click customize and then look up the column frequency. So we click apply, and frequency is going to be a number that's typically between 1 and 10 that shows the number of times that each person saw your ad. So if on your hot retargeting campaign, that number goes above an 8, your budget is too high. So ideally, the frequency should be between 4 and 7, so that way you're not completely spamming people, but at the same time, you're making sure it's known that here's an incentive, it's an exclusive offer, and take advantage of it now while you can. Now, the fourth piece to really wrap up everything here with the marketing strategies is scaling. And arguably the best part about dropshipping digital products is that we can scale as high as we really can because we don't have to worry about fulfillment issues. We have a digital product and we can sell it over and over and over because the product is instantly sent to our customer. And that's why scaling is so much fun. And especially once you start to get some initial sales with your first offers, you can see what your customers really want and the certain niche you're in. They're going to ask for certain things. You're going to see what they're commenting and be able to create even more digital offers for them and really increase your average customer lifetime value. So the way that I scale digital dropshipping brands is through a combination of organic traffic, paid traffic, automations, and smart offers. So smart offers are really just digital products that I find that can easily be paired and sold in tremendous amounts. So if this video gets 1,000 likes, we're stepping it up a notch. The next video I post will be a full video showing you how to actually find winning smart offers and how to set them up on your own digital dropshipping brand. So if you want to see this in digital product research, then go ahead and leave a big like on this video and a comment if you enjoyed this video or if you have any questions or if you didn't like it. Any feedback is appreciated. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure to leave a big like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.